Okay, hello guys. Today I'm going to teach you and educate you on video editing with Shotcut. How do you make a YouTube video? What do you need to do to make a YouTube video? What are useful tools that I use? And how are you creative? I'm going to show you the basics of how to use Shotcut. What can you do with it? How does it work? What are some shortcuts that you can do possibly? And after we did a little excursus on that, we're going into a prepared file that I have of my Lords and Football streams. I've did the work to get some cool clips that I think have the potential to be put into a video, and we're going to make a YouTube video that I'm going to upload on YouTube, and I'm going to full stream what I'm doing and then show you guys, and the result we will have it up on YouTube in the upcoming days. Yeah. So this here Shotcut, this is what I use. Shotcut is the number one thing that you need for editing, or for the editing software. What else do you need or can you use? You can use this right here. This is Audacity. Audacity is for audio. You can record audio, you can put audio in here and edit it and enhance it, right? And we're not going over it, I'm just telling you that I'm using it. If I have voice work that I need to do on stream, my voice usually sounds okay enough that I don't need to edit that. But for example, if you're doing a podcast and you're going to edit that, or have IRL streams or videos, vlogs, then you might want to consider using Audacity because it helps a lot. What else can you use? Particle Illusion standalone is really sick. Let's open that, please, because this basically is for example doing intros or doing some really cool stuff, because they have this preset of things that you can use. For example, the star ball, and it does that. You can see here what this does, right? And or this right here. For example, I used the fireworks things that they had a lot. See if I can find them, and the sparks. Yeah, sparks are also really cool. And you can do wonderful things with these to create really sick intros, outros. This is it. I found it. So we did this with particle illusion mostly, and it looks like that, right? So we did this, and then we had this animation, right? So this right here we did with particle illusion, that it does that and then it explodes, and how it looks and everything. You can do that really nice. Then we put the title over just, and we had also this right here with the sparkles, which is also really neat, I think. Right? You can do that with particle illusion, wonderful thing. And you can also use Blender. I'm not that experienced with Blender, but one of my friends uses it a lot, and yeah, I have yet to use it really. You can also create things with it, right? Really sick fucking thing. Then you can record using OBS, for example, or Gato or whatever. Yeah, but we're gonna focus now on Shotcut. Shotcut is the thing that we want to use now. You can see here. So this is when you start started. This is what you see. Yeah, whatever. So you start here So this is what you can do to start a new project. So this is the project folder. For me, it's just the SSD, the HDD called D slash, and then you can put in here the video mode, right? You just want a 720p video to save data. You can have it in 30 fps or in 60, maybe 50, blah blah blah. Then you can also have 2K. You can have different things like 4:3 or vertical, or square, or and you can add customs too, but I use usually HD 1080p 60 fps, or I use 4K 60 fps. I use these two, right? Usually for YouTube you want 1080p videos for gaming, right? And for IRL stuff, like if you're using if you have a good camera or you're good things on your phone, you probably want to use 4K. Most videos are 4K, like many modern smartphones have 4K cameras. You might want to use that. Depends, right? It just doesn't make sense to have some really old game and you streamed it on 720p. It makes no sense to put it on 4K resolution. It does not look better. There's no reason to do that. Also, your resolution is not going to benefit from that. It's not making it. You mostly want to use the same resolution for your editing as these main sources, right? So here you can type in your project name. For example, we're going to use this project name is going to be example, right? And you can hit start. On the right, I use it mostly for things really functional, right? I just name it. I have a YouTube video. This is Fortnite with Led Clouds. Before I met him, about the game Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. We don't want to open that. Fortnite content, Abi film is what I did. Now we call this example. You can call it example 1 if you want, or whatever. It doesn't matter. You can later on change that too. But this is the project that you have, and then you're on this screen, and you can do a lot of things. So this is the overview that you have for editing. You can have one for logging, where you can see things, anything you did, blah blah blah. Not really that important. And you can have the FX thing, which is for audio. Then you have the player, where you just see the full screen of your source and you can watch everything. You have another one for audio. Then you can change color schemes of your shit, right? The logging is also, you can see what actions have you done along the way, but we will see that later when I actually put in something. So it all starts with these two buttons right here. Open file and open other. You can open other and you can put in a color, for example. Then you have your color. And you select the color, for example, and the color can be red. Let's have red in here. Looks good. You hit OK, and then you have red, and you can see it. You can put on the filter, right? Let's get onto that later. So you have red, for example. You can open another one. You can put in text. Type this, and then you have text here. Wow. But let's open a file. So we can use that.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
Right, this is a short video. This is wonderful to explain. So you have this, in the source, right? And what you do is you open a file and it appears here after you opened it, and then you're gonna drag it to your timeline. This is the most important. This is one of the most important things, right? You see everything here. So what you do is you can add an audio track for sound, or you add a video track. You can also move your things up here. You can have more space for timelines, or you can see it better here. Personally like to have a little bit less space for the screen and more for the timelines, but that's just me. And then you're gonna take the video, you're gonna left click, and you're gonna just drag it here and put it on here. And then it appears here and you have the audio bars. And what you can do is you can also put this video into the audio timeline, and then it's just audio. See, if you play it,
Kaboom. Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
I'm gonna turn off the music, so it's just audio. It's nothing else. But if you move it up, it's that. So we're gonna remove the audio line because we don't need it right now. So you can right click on these and see everything. We're gonna remove it. Now what can you do with this? You can select it. If you have different things, different clips, you can select it. If you left click it, you can drag it anywhere you want. See? Just like that.
Kaboom. Yes.
You can also do, if it's just the first project, you can just drop it in here and it creates a video track. And you can click here to save. This right here is the save button. You just click it. Going to select that. Yes, and it saves. So we have this. What can we do with this clip? We can do a lot of things.
Kaboom.
We can
Yes,
play it
Rico.
once.
Kaboom.
Okay. But we can also do fun stuff with it. So we can, for example, take it here. So we can go to the beginning. We can go to the end. We can go backwards. Play it backwards. We can play it
Yes,
forwards.
Rico. Kaboom.
We can zoom in. Right? Yeah. We can have grids like that. No, I'm never using it. Oh. And you can also do that with keys. It's really what is really cool about this application is that you can do everything with your mouse. You can click here, but you also have mostly buttons somewhere in the app. But you can also use the keys on your keyboard to move around. So you can hit Alt and then the arrow key left, and you can go to the beginning, or right to go to the end. Really easy. So what else can you do? You can cut. You can make a simple cut. You can do that either by it. Oh no, we removed it. That's not good. Undo that. What's a cut button? I'm not using it here, so you can. It's split in this application. It's split. So you can select it and you can hit split, and then you have two clips. 1, 2. But you can also do that if you hit here. If you hit right click on the source and you hit split ahead. Same thing. You have two clips. You can select two clips. Wow, wow, wow. But as you already saw, it also shows which button you have to click. So you can also just hit S and it does the same. Wonderful. Now, you can also be like, okay, I have a huge fucking clip. I just need the end. I just need a small part of it. So I just need the beginning where he whips out this thing. And yeah, it's kaboom. You can all use the arrow keys to go a single frame ahead or back using the arrow keys, and you can see it here. You can also do it with these buttons, but it's but you can also use the arrow keys and you will see the numbers go up or down. So if you only need Rico asking that, you're gonna go to the first frame where it shows this, and you can hit the button O. Do we have it here? More? Nope. Oh shit. So you do that, and you hit O, so it cuts out the rest of the clip, and you're just left with
kaboom.
Rico asking kaboom. But you can redo that, and you can go back, and you can be like, for this clip, I don't need Rico to say kaboom. I just need Skipper to say, yes, Rico, kaboom. So you can hit also E on your keyboard. Only E, only O. But in this case, only E. And it cuts out the beginning. So what was before the clip or before the time frame. And you just have that.
Yes, Rico, kaboom.
Boom. So those are the most things that you can do. What you can also do is, you can be like, okay, I need to make a cut here, and I need to make a cut here. Petika needs all the kaboom, nice. You can be like, okay, I need the beginning, and I need the end of a clip, but I need something between that. I don't need it. So you can either, cut it, boom, it's gone. Or you can, no, that's the same. So you can, that actually does not make a difference. But what I use a lot is if I have two, I mostly work with 2 video tracks. So let's say I have this clip here, and I want to add an external clip, right? I'm taking this clip and I'm taking it out because it leaves a hole here where something else would fit in without taking it away, the room for it. You can have it here or there, or if you need to replace it with something, you can also say, okay, maybe detach the audio, and then you have the audio track, and you can take this away. So you can take away this clip.
Kaboom. Yes, Rico, kaboom.
Right? Now we have everything to normal. Yeah.
Kaboom.
So you see, it still says the thing and it's in perfect line because the clip doesn't, it's exactly where it needs to be, right? So let's add a video track, and yeah, that's all we need. Let's move it up here. Also important to note, if you're replaying things, let's do that. So we have this clip, we have this clip, and we have this clip. It's only going to show the clip that is most ahead in the timeline, like on top. It won't show this one or this. It won't show this clip, but this clip.
Rico, kaboom. Yes.
Boom. You can mute it you can make it invisible. So for the replay here, you will only see this. You can remove the audio, so you only hear this. But that's not really necessary, right? So you can also use filters. Wow. Filters are in this category. Here you have the selected clip, and then you see here all the filters that you have added. We have not added filters so far. We're going to. So you have audio filters. Those are the important ones. This is for keyframes. Keyframes are difficult. But you have video thing. You have really a lot of things here that you can play with, right? Lens correction, levels. You can mirror your thing, and then you have it here. But you can uncheck it and check it, and you can select it and just remove it, right? You can put in this here, so it looks like that.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
If you are, I don't know, for example, you do a porn, don't want your face to be seen in it, only the bad bitch, you use that maybe. I don't know. Unlikely scenario for YouTube video. I know, guys. Just an example. Yeah. So, and then you have audio. Audio is, because you have all these audio filters and you have quite a lot. It's the reason I don't use Audacity, for example, for YouTube videos mostly. So you can slow reverb it.
Kaboom. Yes, Rico.
Kaboom. Wow. You can make it louder, right? You can do that.
Yes, Rico.
It's fucking
Kaboom.
loud now. Or you can make it really quiet.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
Really quiet. But you can redo that. Gone. So I've put in some favorites, right? Brightness is self-explanatory, right? You can make it darker or brighter. Chroma key simple is yeah, this is if you're using green screens, right? I don't know if I have a green screen here ready. Maybe we can use that. Here, this here. I have this here. See, green screens. Lot of green screens. So if we're opening that and we put it here, so we just need this thing here, right? So we're gonna use E to cut this out. And we're gonna use this, and we don't need the rest, so we hit O, and then we have this. So this looks odd. Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put it here. So we have put this in. It's weird, right? Who needs that?
Kaboom. Yes, Rico.
So we're gonna split in here a little bit too.
Yes.
Right. Gonna put it here. So you select this and you have this green screen. But you use a green screen and a thing to that to add it onto this clip here. So you can see the this thing on the clip. So what you can do is you can use your chroma key simple. You select the key color, which has to match with the background of the source that you have. So that can be different ones. Yeah, so, but you can use that. And then you can select the distance, right? If you have it like that, it does nothing. But you can, if you go like that, you can only see this arrow, but you can clean it up a lot, right? If you have it at 71 here, you can only see the cursor here, right? And it fades out a little bit too. But if you have it like that, it looks good, right? That's what you can use the Chroma Key simple, and it looks like that.
Boom. Yes, Rico.
It goes only above that, and you can see here we don't have it. It's not there because we haven't used it. That's how it looks without the key Chroma Key. So there's one really cool thing that you can do if you're going to use this action more times, multiple times. You can go on this button. You cannot see it. My fucking cam is in the way. E920. Yes. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's more. So let's have it like that. We don't. Yeah, see here. Yeah, I'm looking good over here. So you can see my face. You can see, okay. This fucker is doing something, but we don't really care what he's doing, right? Okay. That's easy. You can see everything now. That's rather good. So you can, okay, so as I explained, you couldn't see it. So you can use the distance of the green screen. See, you see that? If you have it on low percentage, you can still see all the green. And if you move it further, it goes sharp, right? And if you have it around here, you have a pretty good, it looks pretty good, right? But it depends also on what MLG thing on the green screen thing you have, right? Isn't the same always, but you can adjust it, luckily. So, but you will have it twice, and maybe in a larger video, like if we're doing 20-minute video, we maybe use this same action that we just did multiple times. So what we can do here is we can click on this button which says copy filter. So you select the filter and you copy it. And then you select the next source where you need that, right? And you can hit this button right here. Here's the copy thing, and this next here is whited now. It says paste filter. So if we do that, boom, the filter is there. It's here. It is on 63%, and here it is also on 63%. Wow, wow, wow. So if we're gonna play this clip, you see it here once.
Yes,
it looks good.
Kaboom.
Now we have it here. Boom. Literally. So that's what you can use this for, right? So another filter, color grading is it's to enhance things. I don't use it for games, but if you're having a real life video and the lighting looks shit, or you have to work with gray types or whatever, you can change the colors, right? You can have it look better. Right, do some cool adjustments. It's a cool feature, but if you're actually trying to do it, it's hard, right? But I've used it. Contrast is like for photo editing, right? It's how you do the memes, right? If you have no contrast, looks ass. Crop source, I use that a lot. So if I just want, for example, my camera or something in this, I take that and you can crop it really cool, right? You just have some picture here, right? You can literally have just his face, crop it to the left, crop it to the right. You just have him here in this whole thing.
Kaboom. Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
See, you can use that, for example. Fade in audio is cool. It's a cool feature. so you can fade in the audio. If you have something, if you want a nice intro, something, you can use that. And you can see this dark thing here, right? It goes 1 second and 1 frame. You can make that larger, you can have it longer, right? Oh, nope. You could. So, you can make it also 4 seconds long. Right? It's 4 seconds long. You don't hear the audio, but it gradually becomes louder.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
And in the end, it's loud, right? You can adjust that, right? And say you can, I just want 2 seconds, you hit enter. Hit enter. Hey. Shorter, right?
Yes.
And you can see that it's only going halfway through. You can also hit this button if you have this. You can do it like that or like that, as however you want it. You also have a fade in video thing, so now it's dark. You don't see it and it fades in slowly.
Kaboom.
Really cool feature. And you also have the fade out and the fade out for audio as well as video. It works literally the same thing, just that this thing is at the end here, right? Gain volume, we already showed that. You can make it louder or quieter. Lightness saturation is also for lighting, right? Things. Levels, okay, I haven't used that too much. It's adjustments. It's not really important for gaming, but I have it also as a thing. Those are really cool. You can make cool effects with it, right?
Kaboom. Yes, Rico.
Like you can make something look really old. And the scratches, right? For example. We just do that and we have some scratches and everything. The whole video looks like that now.
Kaboom. Yes, Rico.
Looks like some old fucking video from the 80s, like World War II footage. I don't know. Right? Funny shit. No, World War II was not funny. Yeah. Then, my 2 favorites. Text rich. A little bit hard. What you use text rich for usually is if you're doing an outro, right? You have credits at the end. Oh. So you have text, more text here. Thanks for watching. Right? Blah 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 blah. You can go up here and you can select the text. You can make it big, right? Put it in cursive, and you can change what it, right? You can select literally everything, right? And have it in the middle. I use that a lot. And then you can have it scroll up. So if you start it, it looks like that.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
That's what it looks like. You can make
Kaboom.
That's what it looks like. On a if done well, it can look like that. Then we have the end here, right? So and you can do that, and at some point in the video, now come on. you can add in the outro, and it looks like that if done well. So we put over music initially, but the music was copy striked on YouTube, so we had to mute it for YouTube. But we also played it IRL, and it was really cool. And it can look like that, like Regie, who came up with the idea, who edited it and cut it, me and my friend, who organized the whole shit, who produced it, who filmed it, blah blah blah. You can put in a lot of things, right? This is quite long, right? And you can do that. You can adjust that with the pace and whatever. Really simple, but it's not that deep, right? And then another one that I really like is Text Simple. Text Simple usually is for. So let me add a cut here, so we have it only in one scene. So with text here, you can have presets. Yeah, you can have it zoom out, blah blah blah. But usually you want to use text to have a word put there, right? So this is the text field, so you can enter in, for example, Rico. That's Rico. Boom. So you can go here and adjust it and move it along the way. So in the middle you can move it. You can make it bigger, blah blah blah. Here you can change the font. You can make it green if you want to. I usually use white on really on light grounds. I use black sometimes, or I use yellow because yellow is quite nice to read. You can outline it with, I use black to outline it. You can make it thick. Now you can see the black outlining. You can do padding. I don't know what padding exactly means, but it makes things look cool too. Here you can also adjust the size, right? Really cool thing, feature. You can say, okay, I want the text in the middle or right of this field. I usually have it center and middle, so it's in the middle where I put it. But you can also say use the font size, change the font size to, I don't know, 120. Hit OK, and it's that big anymore. And you have to adjust the setting again. You can have it like that. So if you play it all the time, it stays there.
Yes, Rico.
You can also make it do something. You can say, okay, slide. Okay, this is why ever. I don't know why. This is in German. I just realized. So you can say, it's here. It's, what does even France mean?
Kaboom. Yes.
That does nothing. You can, so low third is a really great example. I use that for a lot of work with subtitles. So if I use subtitles, I often use lower third because it's really easy to set up. And if you're going to use in a 20-minute video everything with subtitles, it's easy to have it all the time at the same place, so people don't get confused. And you can just copy paste the filter onto the next scene, right?
Kaboom. Yes.
You can just change that, right? You can also make this bigger, right? But you can also say, okay, okay, these are in English, so slow move up.
Kaboom. Yes, Rico.
Yeah, it literally didn't. Okay. So now it's gliding in from left to right.
Kaboom.
Boom.
Yes. Kaboom. Yes, Rico.
So that's this, and you can do a lot of this. I usually don't do any presets. I just have the text literally just standing there, and that's it. But you can also use that. So these are the main things that we Here we use white balance. You can also use that if you're not happy with the whitening, right? Alright, nobody would ever want that. But yeah, that's what you can do with this. If you think you have a nice text now, so here in the logging, you can see, okay, this is the resolution, blah blah blah. That's what we've done. An editing thing. This is the main screen, right? This is the important one. The FX one, you can use Chroma time. No, what was it? Keyframes. Let's not use this. This is also, you can use that. I'm not using it really. You don't need it. This is a little bit advanced. The audio thing can be interesting. Okay, what happens here? You can see more details, right? What happens? What the fuck? Here in the editing thing, you can also have. You can see it here, right? You can see everything going up and down.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
Yeah, you can see. This is really loud. If we do this clip louder, gain volume. We do it louder. This is really loud now, right? You play that, somebody has headphones in and he has his shit really loud up, gonna blow their fucking minds, right? Brains out. This is too loud. We do it really quiet. Nobody can hear it almost, right? So somewhere around here is good. So if we redo that, right, this is really loud. And this is like how it was before, right? This is loud, and here around 10 into 15 is okay. As usually where you should go. It's almost for everybody, right? With all these filters, we can remove all these filters. We don't need them anymore. Post itself, nice. But we can just take that and we have it here back up, right? So that's what you can do. So if you go here into the player, there's another cool field. You can see only the clip that you have, like nothing else. You can just replay it and you can see it in on the big scale, right? So for example, if you did some, if you change the picture, how the picture looks, yeah, you did some color work, you can put it onto a big screen and be like, okay, how the fuck does that look? Because if you're using the editing thing, you're using a lot of timelines, right? You have everything moved up. This is a small thing. You probably can't see everything. Yeah, could be a lot of work to do. So you might want to use the audio player or just to rewatch and be like, okay, what could you do here possibly, right? Could be interesting. Could ask yourself, why are we doing this? Huh? What is that? So you can, yeah, right. A lot of things that could happen here. So this is basically more it. If we add something else, what's this video about?
They are happy that the stadium and its perimeter is secured, and we have no idea right now.
So if we put this in here, you see this is bigger. So we can put it here. Now you see, oh, this is, I can see everything. So you can hit this button, so the zoom fits the timeline. So you can have everything in it. You can also zoom out a lot. So you can see here's the first clip, here's the last clip. You can also make it really hard. So you can see, okay, here's every single time frame. So you can see, oh, here's it louder, here's it less louder. So if you really need to be like, okay, I need to catch this or that or whatever, you can see it really clear. And zoom out, of course. There's nothing. The toggle snapping thing is also an interesting feature. So basically we have it on right now, right? So if it's blue, it's on. So if we're having a scene and we have it close to another one, it snaps onto it, right? I can't just miss it. I'm always getting it. If I have this off, it doesn't snap, so we have a gap between there. You can have this hearing. Oh, you usually don't want this, but you could want it. Snapping thing is cool. So another thing that is really cool, so if we put out the snapping, is you can make transitions. So you take one clip. So usually the clips would look like that. And it starts the next one. But you can put them together. They have a transition. There's a default transition that looks like that.
When they are happy that the stadium
Right? But you can also treat the transition as a source. You can add something. No, that's not it. You go to the properties of this transition. You can say, okay, make the barn door vertical. I don't know.
Yes, Rico.
And then it does this effect. Ooh, yeah, sick fucking transition. You can say, okay, do an iris box.
Kaboom.
Ooh. You can also invert it. It looks like that.
Kaboom.
when they are happy that the stadium and its perimeter.
Something that I like a lot is the bar horizontal. Bar horizontal is one of my favorites.
Kaboom.
But I invert it. No, I don't have it inverted. So you can use that to have time going forward. So to use it as a metaphor for it.
Kaboom.
Ooh, next clip, we're moving forwards in time, right?
Is secured and we have
Boom, bada boom, bada bang. So that's that, but you can make it so you can change the softness,
Kaboom.
right? So it goes faster. If you do it slower, it looks better.
Go. Kaboom.
when
Audio crossfades. You can have it like that.
Rico.
So you can change the audio a little bit
they are happy.
if you need it. I've never used it actually. See, but you can do with really nothing. You have those really basic things, and you can create something really cool and really sick. So Shotcut is one of those programs. It gives you a lot of things, and you have to use your creative mind to create something good. But you also have the tools to just do it, right? You're not left with only presets and everything. It has a lot of presets. Are they really good? Sometimes not. You mostly have to adjust them, but you can adjust them. But you can only adjust them good if you also know what you're doing. But yeah. So one thing that we can I can show you too is you see you have the playlist thing here. So you can take a clip. See, let's say we're gonna open another clip.
Los, mach es.
So we can have my friend saying
Komm einmal. Arr.
yeah. So we have this clip, and we can just have the playlist thing up, and we can put this into a playlist. So if you know, okay, I'm using 15 videos, and I don't want to open them all the time. Before I start my project, I just put all of them in there, and I put them into an order, right? We can have this here, and we can take this one, and I don't know, and we have this sound effect, right? And maybe 50 more. You can say, okay, I'm going to use this here first. This is the first clip I'm using, so it's on top.
Hey, this isn't water. This is gas. Give it a button.
Yeah, real funny. So then you know, okay, I'm going to use the catch register. So I'm then going to apply that. And at the end, I know I need the
Los,
out of
mach es.
clip, so I have it on top.
Komm, einmal. Arr.
But maybe you have really long things, so this maybe could be not 12 seconds, it could be 3 hours, and you have to cut through all that. And you're gonna need this, and this is also 3 hours, and blah blah blah. And you don't want to open that all the time, so you can make yourself easier by having all the things that you're using in the playlist, and you can just drag them in all the time. You can drag them in, blah blah blah. Really easy, all over the sun. Or if you're using the MLG green screen that we used in the beginning, you are going to use that 10 times. You don't want to open it. You don't want to go to open file, select the thing, scroll through, and be like, oh, where is it? No, you just want to have it here. You want to use the cash register sound effect 10 times. You just have it here. I can insert it once, twice, thrice. Fuck, that was the wrong one. 4 times. Boom. There is it. Really easy. So, filters, we had that. Properties. You can go to properties and you can see everything. Okay, this is the resolution. This is the frame rate, the format, blah blah blah. You can see the aspect ratio, scan mode, blah blah blah. Holy shit, what have I done? Audio, sync, metadata. You can make the audio also. Shit, don't want to do that actually, right? And this here is cool. You can say, okay, this clip, I want it to be half as fast as it is. You play it. Because actually, no, we're gonna use this clip for it because we can show there's something too. So we have it half as fast. This is what it looks like and sounds like.
Yes, Rico.
So it's half the speed. So the clip is playing half the speed, but it's double long, right? So you can put on pitch conversation.
Kaboom.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
So the voices sound the same. You can also make it like, okay, I want this clip to be double as fast. Boom, hit that. It's really small now. Without pitch conversation, it sounds like that.
Kaboom. Yes, Rico.
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom. Right, but you can also put this on and it sounds normal, more or less.
Kaboom.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
Right, that's what you can do. It's really cool if you need to stretch something or have a slow-mo. You can also use that. Yeah. Another thing you can do is if you hit if you have F7, F8, and F9, also F10, no. F9, F8, and F10, you can have preview scaling on. So the source is now in 360p.
Kaboom.
Yes.
But you can also have it in 540 and in 720p. So if you have a really large file, it's 3 hours long, you need to cut it, and you only have, for example, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Could be, right? It's not going to play really well. It's gonna take a long time, it's gonna stuck, and it's maybe gonna hitch and lag, right? But you can have the preview scaling on and it lowers the resolution here, but not on the video itself. You just see it on lower resolution and it helps with the playback, right? So it looks better. I usually have it on 720p if I have 2K or 4K or 1K sources. But that's really cool. It helps a lot. So now if you have all those things together, right? Also another thing, if you have these things and you don't want them, you just right click on these green spaces or yellow. You can click remove and it closes the gap. So if you're ready, you think, okay, this is the perfect video that I have. Wow, wow, wow. What you can do is you can export that. You don't want to, like, you can save it, of course, yeah. But then you can export it. You can, two things that are really good. You can use the YouTube thing, but I use the H.264 high profile. I really like that, right? And then you go to advanced, and you can see the resolution, the aspect ratio, the frames. You want the scan mode to be progressive. You want parallel processing, so it does the encoding twice, so you have no frames, mistakes or frames or something. You don't need preview scanning. You want this to be bilinear. For the codec, you use NVENC, so it's okay. So it is probably GPU. Then you use quality based, so VBR, not anything else. And you want to bump the quality, it's usually at 50. You want to put that up to 55. You use 3B frames. Audio, I don't really do something with that. And other, you don't need it. So if you're ready, you get export file. And you can rename that. So you have the project in Shotcut, but you can also rename it. So you can say, okay, I want this to be example 1, and this is finished. So you hit that, save, and you can see, so you can see here, there's the job, and it finishes it, and you can see how long it takes, and if there's a check mark, it's ready. So that's it. You can close it then. You can open it here. Like, okay, here, this is the video.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
And you see what you edited. That's it. Wow, wow, wow. Wonderful.